Hi, my name is Mahmud Rahman. I'm a student of Master of Research at Western Sydney University. My educational background is soil science. Currently, I am doing my elective units and research project at Hawkesbury Institute for the Environment, which is at the Richmond campus of the Western Sydney University. My research topic is quantifying soil organic carbon storage at the Cumberland Plains Super Site. I'll put my references at the end of these slides, at the end of this presentation, and also during the presentation. Welcome, and let's talk about the project. Now, I have planned my presentation in short section. First, I will explain the overview of the research site, then problem statement and objectives. Then I'll do the overview of the discipline and look for existing knowledge of the topic in literature review, and finally I will explain and discuss. Now I will explain the Cumberland Plains Supersite where the research has been taken. Cumberland Plains Supersite is a part of Australia-wide network of research sites. This one is at the Western Sydney University Richmond campus. This is a big site combination of various kind of land use. It has a forest, paddock, low wetland. Also there are various modern facilities for ecology research. Next slide. This is the map taken from Google Earth. This is the site location. So you can see various kind of land use there. Now I will discuss the problem statement. Organic carbon and other soil properties including nutrient content is very important for agriculture and ecosystem. These properties are highly variable in space and expensive and time consuming to quantify using wet chemical method in the lab. So we're gonna look at to find a new rapid method to estimate organic carbon, and knowledge of organic carbon content and storing more in soil will help to mitigate climate change. Let's talk about of my objectives of my research project. I have planned three objectives through this research. First of all, I want to look at the estimation of soil organic carbon of the various location like a forest or grazing land and also maybe wetland. Secondly, I planned to evaluate a potential relationship between the clay content and soil organic carbon, between the organic carbon and nitrogen content, and so on. Thirdly, I will try to look at special different method to quantify same organic carbon, which will be maybe easy or quicker. So I will try to check is it a good or not. Now I'll discuss the disciplines where I am doing the research. My research in mainly in the field of soil science, or maybe and another can be said at ecology. So soil science is a science for the soil. Soil is a very dynamic thing. I think we evolve and we're gonna end up into the soil. Soil is a biogeochemically dynamic natural resource that support all the organism and that provide everything for this human beings. And soil has a various kind of ecosystem, and they give us food, they give us services like food productions. Soil is a very important thing, which is it provides us, it is a basis of our human civilization. We build our society, our agriculture, our population all depends on this soil. Research also require ecosystem ecology. which addresses the interaction between organisms and their environment as an integrated system. Currently, ecology is very important for our overall survival. Knowledge can help to mitigate our climate change troubles, pollution control, also improve our general well-being. Now, history of soil science. History of science, we know soil with the invention of agriculture. Agriculture is known to the human civilization probably from 11,000 years ago. Looking at earlier civilization, they knew irrigation, control of erosion, how to improve soil production. Many renowned scientists and people like Leonardo da Vinci also worked on soil science. Soil science properly developed during the 19th and 20th century. Now soil science is used beyond its agriculture use. Now soil science can be used for planning, residential development, urban management, forest management, environmental management, highway on building for the building foundation, for the septic tanks, pollution control. So soil science history is very important. Let's talk about important journal of soil science. Until the end of 19th century, soil investigation were published through monographs, and first journal dedicated to soil science, book was published in 1899 in Russia. Up to the 1950s, there were 4 scientific journals in which soil investigations were published. Soil Science in 1916, Soil Society of America Journal in 1936, Soil and Plant in 1948, Journal of Soil Science in 1949. 7 soil science journals were started in 1940s and 1950s, and another peak occurred in early 1980s. At present there are some 35 journals with their main focus on soil science. Now talk about professional organizations of soil science. At present there is a significant number of soil organizations around the world, of which some are listed. I can say there is one professional organization is the International Union of Soil Sciences, which was founded by as the International Society of Soil Science on 19 May 1924. Soil Science in Australia is a not-for-profit. Also, there is another soil science organization in Australia, which is a not-for-profit organization, and that serves big body of soil scientists across Australia. This helps to the soil scientist in Australia. There is another society of soil sciences, is the Soil Sciences Society of America. It is a progressive organization, international organization, and it provide knowledge and other information, also various research, and do some international conferences. This is the International Soil Science Society of America. Hi, in this section of presentation, I will explain the literature review. Literature review is existing knowledge base of that what research I am doing, what is the recent knowledge on that. So I need to find those things before I go for my original research. So for literature review, I need to explain firstly soil organic matter. Soil organic matter is a very important part of soil. It improves the production and growth of crops and other living organisms. Both soil organic matter provide the food for the soil animals and subsequently to the soil microorganisms. Through this process, they provide nutrient for the plant and ultimately provide food for to the humans. So, soil organic matter is the basic ground of human society on which civilization depends. Thus, soil organic matter provides cycling of energy storage and release to the ecosystem in various. Soil organic matter has composition of other chemical and carbon. Soil has two kind of carbon. One is called inorganic carbon. Another is organic. Inorganic carbon is mineral salt which derives from various chemical processes. Organic carbon comes from living organisms, which is we are interested also, and this provides food and nutrients for the organisms on soil and in the soils. Plants and microbes capture atmospheric carbon, for example carbon dioxide, and transform them into various organic compounds and structure from which they make their body part. When they die, this decomposes and provide nutrient and food for animals and microbes. When organisms respire for their energy, it ultimately ends into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. This way cycles continue. As my objective of research is to look infrared method of determining soil organic carbon, so I will discuss a little bit of soil infrared method. We know the electromagnetic wave, which include our visible lights, X-rays and other lights. Infrared is a kind of light which we can't see with our normal eyes and has a longer wavelength that the visible red light. This infrared has a special property to interact with organic structure in our soil organic matter. Bonds such as carbon to hydrogen bond, or carbon to nitrogen bond, and carbon to oxygen bond. The machine will detect the interaction and with which provide and will provide a reading for soil organic carbon. Look, this reading are they close or identical to the reading already we have. Thus we can make a decision that is this method is good for determining soil organic carbon. But we know that infrared method is very effective and it is very quick and cheap to run. Now is the actual test. Now I will explain how the soil sampling was done. Samples of soils were collected in the early 2015 in February during the initial University of Western Sydney Hawkesbury Institute of Environment soil mapping project. The soil was collected from 0 to 10 cm and 20 to 30 cm depth. I have provided a figure next after this one, which will show the points where the soil has been taken. These samples were characterized for various chemical and physical properties following the protocols in lab methods. This is a map of Cumberland supersite, and as you can see the points from where the soil sample was taken. These samples were taken in two different depths. At the top 0 to 10 centimeter, and then we leave a gap, and then 20 to 30 centimeter. So each dot has two samples, and we characterized following the lab methods in the lab for various chemical and physical properties of that soils. Now I talk about the methods used. Various methods were used to determine soil properties, both physical and chemical components. Especially these are all wet chemical methods followed by a set of rules as industry provide. By this method, a set of properties like bulk density, sand content, NPK. NPK is actually nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are very important nutrient for plant and microbes. Those are obtained. Now I look for the relationship or potential bond between these elements, between these properties for future soil prediction. And for NIR we used oven dried soil, and then we grind it in a ball mill to make fine fine powder. Then we put this fine powder in NIR machine. We had a set of instruction how to put and how to run the machine, so to get the result for organic carbon content. Then we would calibrate and try to find the relationship of or relationship of NIR carbon content with the with the carbon content we already got through the weight method. If it is a good relation, that this carbon determination through the NIR and through the weight method, then we can say that there is a chance of using the NIR method for future soil carbon content predictions. This is almost finished for now. This will be the last part of my presentation. I must say I have not finished the project yet. This is an ongoing project. I need to do some more statistical analysis, which I hopefully finish by end of this semester. As a critical summary, I can say that how could this project be developed in future research? The answer would be we can do mid-infrared spectra analysis using different laboratory in future. We don't have if we don't have that machine, we can look for other laboratory for those machine, and we can do some different statistical analysis to finish this project. There we could do more soil samples, which I already showed you in that map. We can do more close samples to get more proper result of soil organic carbon of that super site. I'll wrap up my presentation now. Soil organic carbon and other soil properties including clay content can be determined rapidly and inexpensively using near infrared spectra, as I explained it before. The study also suggests that mid-infrared spectra can be used more efficiently to predict soil properties. The expected outcomes of this study will need more laboratory work and produce report presentation, and need to make a time frame for already delivery dates with tentative titles. So at the end of this semester, I hopefully finish this project with some positive result. Thanks for this being my presentation. Have a good night. At the end, I'd like to thank Professor Elise Pendle, who is my supervisor, and she is a professor at Hawkesbury Institute for the Environment. She gave me the opportunity to do this project, and she is very helpful and kind. And also she gave me the previous chemical analyzed data, so I'm very grateful to her. Thanks. The last slide is for my references. I take the opportunity to get the early apology if I make any mistake. and this is the fantastic opportunity. Thanks. Bye.